This is the SPCE 1 month overview reading for the month of January 2023. It's currently December 28th, 2022, 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time. SPCE at the time of this reading is $3.32. Guys, when we recorded the December reading for SPCE, we said that it would hit, it was at 5 something. We said it would go down into the 3s, and we'd want to buy it in the 3s for this big spike that we're going to see. There's a significant trade happening, guys, this month, which I'll talk about in the paid version of the SPCE January 2023 reading. If you want the paid version, guys, go to the website tarotfortraders.com and sign up for the subscription. Type in the SPCE ticker and the $29 subscription, and you'll get the paid version emailed to you with your email. Only your email can access it, and you'll get it emailed to you ahead of the public version coming out, which doesn't include the trades. Guys, it's worth way more than $29 a month. Come on, if you're utilizing it, you should pay a little bit towards the channel, support us so we can keep putting it out. With that said, we've got the overall theme and behavior for SPCE in the month of January. We have a rally that increases with the start of a rally, and a rally that increases with momentum moving forward into the month. It's crossed with a decline, a significant sell-off, a decline through multiple support levels, eventually establishing a bottom or support. Looks like we have a high towards the end of the month. Well, it looks like we have more than one high, but a significant high towards the end of the month. Probably a much higher high in the following month of February, but with quite a bit of price swinging in between there. So we'll get into it. Behavior around the highest high, we have a notable decline off of the highest high. There's also a breakout to reach the highest high for the month of January, but a notable decline to a notable bottom that'll stand out on a 1 month chart there off of the high. Behavior around the lowest low, there's a notable price level that'll be highlighted, standing out on a 1 month chart at least. And volume and volatility will kind of like flatten out when we hit that price level. So on the second, we have off for the new year. On the third, we have sideways rotation increasing with increasing with bearish momentum as we move forward in time. The following day looks like we have a significant drop overnight. Well, there's a significant move overnight, and then most likely the most highest probable location of the lowest low for the month there on the 4th, early in the morning, and then probably again early in the morning on the 5th. However, out of the low in the morning on the 4th, there's a notable move higher from severely oversold territory, or maybe like a gap, like a short squeeze of some kind. There's an opportunity to open up a short position in the midst of that move higher. The following day, we have a decline that ends with a fast sudden move higher. And then on the 6th, it looks like we have a failed attempt to break through already established resistance on the scale of a 1 month chart, followed by a decline through key support on the scale of a 1 month chart. On the 9th, looks like we have a place where we have a very high probability of a highest high here on the 9th. There's another location for a probability of a highest high, but this is likely a location of a highest high on the 9th. It could be the 4th, it could be the 9th. It's a little hard to determine. It might be both. But in any case, there's a notable drop. Looks like we have a breakout early in the morning, or a gap up over the weekend, something like that, to a crest or peak. Matter of fact, it looks like we probably have a gap down. I'm sorry, guys. Looks like we probably have a gap down, and then we rally throughout the day into a prominent high, or most likely location of a highest high. There's a breakout there, but a trade opportunity, which I'll get into in the paid version of the SPC January 2023 reading. For those of you who signed up for the $29 a month subscription, you get the version with all the best pages that we see. If you don't know how to do that, guys, go to tarotfortraders.com, check out the subscription, type in the ticker when you're signing up for the subscription, and you'll get that email to your email. Only specific emails can access it, and you get it ahead of the public version coming out for the month as well. Also helps to support the channel tremendously, my friends. In any case, so there's that highest high there, and trade opportunity on the 9th. On the 10th, another significant trade opportunity. Looks like we have an important support level that's highlighted. There's an important support level that's highlighted on the 10th. like a notable decline into a key support level, and then on the 11th there's sideways rotation along that key support level that ends with a fast sudden move higher. On the 12th we have a period of a holding pattern with the pop and drop in there. Congress may be highlighted in some way, in some under some influencing SPCE in some way here on the 12th. On the 13th we established support early in the day or late in the day on the 12th or early in the day on the 13th, and there's a notable move higher standing out on the 1 month chart after establishing that support. On the 16th we have off again. I believe that's Martin Luther King Jr.'s day. We have a prominent high at the we have the cessation of a trend at the beginning of the day. A little tricky, but my sense is that there's a rally. Either this rally ends early in the day on the 17th, my sense is that a rally ends early in the day. It's hard to say. It's a little difficult because there's a rally along the diagonal trend line increasing with momentum as we move forward in time. But there's a cessation of a trend as well at what appears to be a day's high early in the day. On the 18th, we have the second location where we most likely have the highest high for the month. Based on the fact that we have the Prince of Wands as the theme card, I'm going to say that this is a higher probability of a highest high. They may be both the same high, or if only one of them is, it's most likely this one, but they both have a high probability. In any case, there's a highest high in there and a big move to push the upper end of a range higher. There's also a prominent low at the end of the day. On the 19th, another significant trade opportunity in the midst of a decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time. There's also a bit of a rally between the 19th and the 20th that halts with a significant drop on the 20th through a key support level that will stand out on a one-day chart. On the 23rd, we have sideways fluidity along a key support level. Sideways fluidity along a key support level. Equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow. Usually, the price at the start of this fluidity or change card, at the start, the price level at the start of the change energy is usually roughly about the same price level by the end, but with swings in between. So we'll probably see something like that on the 23rd. On the 24th, we have a notable rally. We actually have a breakout there on a multi-day chart. On the 25th, there's a key resistance level highlighted. We may have another prominent high here. I think we probably have another prominent high for the month here. I'm getting a sense that even though these are saying highest highs, I'm getting a sense that we have a rally to a higher level here towards the end of the month. Or if not, there's definitely a higher price level in the following month in February. But we have a lot of volatility after meeting this critical resistance level here on the 25th, and an opportunity to position oneself in both directions, which I'll get into in more detail in the paid version. Again, on the 26th, multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance on the scale of a multi-day chart. On the 27th, we have a merger or an agreement between two leaders that's highlighted, some sort of decision or merger. Maybe some sort of merger, and there's a notable move off of a high early in the day, a notable move to the downside off of a high early in the day, followed by another high towards the end of the day, so probably some price swinging in there. Government is highlighted on the 30th. There may be some sort of contract maybe that comes through for SPCE, or something like that, or somehow government is highlighted on the 30th, and on the 30th and the 31st, there's a significant support level standing out on a multi-day chart that we create like a stable foundation at. On the 31st, a notable trade opportunity on the scale of a 1 month chart. I'll get into that on the trade version. And the following month for February, we have a prominent move higher, reaching for distant resistance. Almost an irrational move higher, but there's also some other tricky things in there, so I'll have to get into the February reading to get in more detail. When we look at the 1 month on the 1 year, we have notable rally into the end of the month, and there's a decline off of the high that offers an opportunity to open up a short, long position. It's like a U-shaped dip to meet the bottom there, and it looks like we have a higher high in February than we had in January. However, this rally into the February high does offer an opportunity to open up a short position. All right, guys, stay tuned for the question and answer portion. We're going to see if we can extrapolate some extra information about the price levels. And then after that, we get into the paid portion where we talk about the best trades that we see. Stay tuned, my friends. All right, this is the Q&A for price level information. And for those of you who are interested, I don't have the shuffle file for whatever reason, but the photo of the reading, the original reading, was created on November 20th, 2022, created at 5:42 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the file that we've been looking at. And is SPCE's highest price level of January 2023 taking place on January 9th, 2023? I got a yes there. It was the Prince of Swords, interesting enough. Likely, when I get swords, a lot of time it indicates that we see it again. Is SPCE's highest price level of January 2023 taking place on more than one day of January 2023? No. Okay. So that might be indicating to me that the highest price level is there on the 18th, actually. Is SPCE's highest price level of 2023 taking place on January 18th of 2023? Yes. Is SPCE's highest price level of February 2023 a higher price level than SPCE's highest price level of January 2023? Yes. Looks like it's either higher or it's the same. If it's higher, then there's another high that after that that'll be the same price level as the February high. Does SPCE's lowest price level of January 2023 take place on January 4th, 2023? Yes. Does SPCE's lowest price level of January 2023 take place on more than one day in January of 2023? No. Alright, so there you have it, folks. And that's the SPCE January 2023 reading. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. If you want to guarantee that the public version comes out as well as get the paid version, which we're about to get into, go to the website tarotfortraders.com and sign up for that $29 a month subscription to the SPCE reading. You get the best trades that we see every month ahead of the public version coming out. Not to mention supports the channel, but the most important thing, my friends, make sure you follow that rule of karma. If you don't follow that rule of karma, you're not going to make gains. It's not my rule. It's karma. You gotta have an abundant mind, not a scarcity mind that puts off that rule of karma. Every time you place a trade, fulfill that rule of karma, and karma will send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. Just watch it happen. I'll see you later. Thank you so much, my friends, for supporting the channel. I just want to first start off by saying, guys, I do not trade during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is in effect until the 18th, or until after the 18th of January 23rd. So trade at your own risk, my friends. It disrupts travel, electronics, and communications. It's the type of thing where you'll get you'll be right, but you'll press the wrong button and end up losing money or something like that. It's just, I stay clear of the Mercury. That's when I take my trading breaks, when I did used to trade anyways. So I don't advise trading, but if you do insist on it, here we go. What I would likely do is I would open up a long position here on the third at the end of the day when we're rotating along support. There should be a period of sideways fluctuation with a bearish trend that precedes a rally there. So after some sideways fluctuations with a bearish trend, we'll be rotating along a key support, open up a long position, close that long position the following day on the 4th in the midst of a notable move to the upside out of oversold territory. In the midst of that move to the upside, you might open up not a full position of a short position, but maybe like a partial of what you intend to have as a full position, a short position. They're in the fourth because we may have a higher high there on the 9th. It's kind of hard to determine if it's there on the 4th or the 9th, but on the 9th, there's a breakout. In the midst of that move, that breakout, I would open up protection. And also, if we open up to much lower on the 9th, I would close the short position that I opened on the 4th. And then in the midst of that breakout on the 9th, I would then open up a short position again to close on the 10th. On the 10th, I would open up a long position in the midst of a sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a rally. You could close it the following day when a period of sideways rotation ends with a fast sudden move higher. Or it looks like you could hold it. You could hold it till early on the 19th, and we decline. Early on the 18th, or late on the 18th, or early on the 19th, there's an opportunity to close that position, or you could hold that position for a longer period of time, which I would recommend holding the position, because February looks like it's probably going to be a higher high based on the sneak preview card here. And also when we look at the 1 month, we've got the high correlator here. And it's the revisiting of a past high that was recently a past opportunity, if that gives any sort of type of, usually recently. But in any case, I would definitely want to be going long, looking for opportunities to be on the long side. But there are sharp drops off of the highest highs here in January, so you can make some money to the short side for the like big picture. The 10th would be a good place to open up a long-term long position. And probably on the 4th, the 3rd or the 4th, I would open up a long position. That's probably the best place, like the 3rd or the 4th, to open up a long position for long-term play. In any case, we decline. There's both a prominent high and a prominent low. So we make a new low and a new high, or a new high and a new low here on the 19th. So in the midst of a decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time, you should be able to make a day trade. There's a trade in the midst of a period of sideways rotation and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of sideways rotation on a scale of a 1-day chart. That sharp drop offers an opportunity, when we revisit a past support level that was recently a past opportunity, to open up a long position for an overnight trade. When we break out the following day, you could close that long position. A day trade probably on the 25th, because there'll be enough movement from a resistance level that you could position yourself to play both directions in the market if you wanted, and put on the legs at a different time, most likely based on the amount of movement. And it looks like the final trade would likely be to open a long position when rotating along a key support, and it'll be like a stable foothold from which this big rally commences in early February, or maybe in late February, actually, looks like. With that said, guys, that's SPCE for January 2023. Guys, please comment. Let me know about the money that you're making. It makes me so happy. It motivates me to do more. It also is really good to take those screenshots and put them on the website, because there's so many people that are skeptical that this is even true, to the point they don't even bother to look. It really helps the channel. And then most importantly, make sure you follow that rule of karma, my friends. If you want to continue to make money utilizing this information, the universe will only have it that you follow that rule of karma every single time you make money from this information. Not all at once, every single time, little bit by little bit. And that's the way that abundance works. Guys, I'll see you on the next one.